All right. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry, I'm in my car. Where else would a mom of three hide during bedtime? So I apologize, but I'm happy to be here.
Yes, so happy to have you here. Yay. So I'm so pumped that you're here to talk with me today because, as this has been our chronic pain and inflammation month, and there's just been a lot of wonderful, wonderful information shared. But what we're talking about tonight is something really near and dear to me, which is how essential oils, specifically in some of the supplements that doTERRA has, are really helpful for chronic pain and inflammation, because this is something that not only do I use for myself, but it's something that I use a lot with my clients, which I know some of them are listening now. Hi, everybody. Because
Hi.
this is really something important. It's something that can really help catalyze the change, that a lot of people are looking for. Um,
Absolutely.
so I don't want to go into like too much detail about essential oils per se, because really what we want to know is what's going to help with the pain, right?
Yep.
So Jamie, as a physician's assistant, you're in like such a wonderful place to talk about this, because you know the different kind of sides of the coin, right? So, you can kind of,
Absolutely.
yeah, so you can really talk to both. So I'll let you kind of take it from here.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for having me on. Yeah, as a PA, I do struggle a lot of the time, and I've seen the struggle and the addictions that come with pain medicine. And pain is real. Pain is different for all of us, and there's so many different types of pain. But too often with modern medicine, there's just not enough options. There's narcotics, pretty much, to cover the pain. Of course, it comes with addiction and so many other issues and side effects. So I've actually been using doTERRA essential oils for over 6 years. I swear by them. I love them. They've become our medicine cabinet, and I'm so fortunate and grateful to you to have me on so I can actually explain some of these amazing products that are all safe, they're natural, and they're very effective. Um, so we'll start off with what I like to say is the foundation of our health. So this is called Lifelong Vitality. This is a 3-pack supplement. Alyssa, I know you take them too. I swear by these. These are, what I take every single day. And when I say like the foundation of our health, I'd like to give like a metaphor, because people are like, what does that actually mean? So think of like our house, right? Our house is built on a foundation, a very strong foundation. If a hurricane, a tornado came, our house is grounded. It's not going to move. It's going to be safe, especially the foundation of it. So this is what the basement of our house. This is what everything else is built on. If we're healthy at a foundational level, our cells are healthy, our body is healthy. When we get sick with bacterial or viral or any type of infection, it will act differently to us because we already have that foundation, as opposed to if we are unhealthy and don't have a strong cells, then it may affect our bodies very differently. So personally, I take this every single day. This is actually doTERRA's #1 product. Above all the oils and everything else, it's just Lifelong Vitality. So what it is, it comes in a package like this, and it's 3 different bottles of supplements. So the first one is called Microplex VMZ, and this is all, you can see it.
Yeah.
This is all your multivitamins. So this is your macro and micronutrients, all whole foods, vitamins and minerals. So, sometimes we'll take an over-the-counter vitamin and it's huge amounts and it's synthetic, and our bodies really don't absorb it. With this VMZ, we are absorbing all of this. There's no way in a day that you or I or anybody could eat the amount of vegetables and fruits like the vitamins that are in this bottle. So this is amazing. The second one is the E omegas. So these are going to be your fish oils, like your omega 3, 6, and 9, all sustained, safe, and it actually has essential oils in it as well. So it really helps your body with brain function, inflammation, which we'll talk a lot about, bones, joints, everything like this. It's huge. Great for memory and everything else for brain. And then the last one is the Alpha CRS Plus. I absolutely love this this bottle. It's a cellular vitality complex. So what that means, it really helps with antioxidants and free radicals in our bodies. It has a ton of different ingredients. I won't even name them all, but you know, everything that we should be taking, like you hear all these supplements and everything, are in these 3 bottles. So this is really what will start helping us with pain. Just to go back a little bit with pain, pain is very different for people, and there's all different kinds of pain, which you've already, you know, educated us about over the past, you know, few weeks. But there's chronic pain, there's acute pain, which is an injury, you know, and sometimes acute pain can lead to chronic pain. So there's all different types on every level. And then of course there's emotional pain, which I know you'll get into at another topic. But chronic pain, a lot of it is caused by inflammation. If we have inflammation in our bodies, it leads to abnormal cells. It can cause other diseases and of course pain. So one of the supplements that I absolutely adore and use every day, and I believe nobody should be without, is this turmeric. A lot of us know that like turmeric, there's a lot of studies help with inflammation, the whole inflammatory process. But what doTERRA has done, which is patented, no one's ever done it before, is they've actually combined the turmeric powder with the oil. So it's like double encapsulated. It's a dual chamber capsule. And what that does by combining them together actually enhances the effects, the anti-inflammatory effects, by 11%. Oftentimes people will take turmeric, you know, powder or use it as a spice, but we don't always know. It has to actually have a driving force for our body to absorb it, and that's actually black pepper. So a lot of times the supplements don't have that, but with this dual chamber, it has everything that our bodies need to be absorbed. So this is amazing. This is one that I would say take every day. If you do have chronic pain, even twice a day. The other one that I highly recommend is copaiba. So copaiba is huge for inflammatory. It's great for pain, head tension, things like that. When you think of copaiba, you think of like CBD oil, which is out everywhere now. It's very common, and it has a huge amount of benefits. Copaiba is our version without any side effects, any chance of THC, anything else. It's pure resin from the tree, and it's absolutely natural and safe and very effective. So copaiba is one. I tell people I like to take it twice a day, morning and night. It also could be used for like acute pain. So if you're having, you know, headache, or if you hurt your knee or something like that, you could take copaiba as well.
Yeah, copaiba for me has been a real game changer. That's been really helpful for me just at night for sleeping. And
Yeah.
like you said, because I really don't like taking ibuprofen. I don't ever take Tylenol. So like even today I had a little bit of a stiff neck, and you know, and copaiba is kind of what I take instead. So that's been really helpful. And I do love CBD too. I mean, I use that as well, CBD and copaiba. But really wonderful effects personally.
Awesome. Yeah, and it does have a lot of great benefits for neurological. So even you know, depression, anxiety, sleep, it's calming, very calming to the body. You mentioned
sorry to interrupt you, Jamie, but I think when we talk about, and again, Marilyn and I are going to talk about more about the emotional pain stuff on Monday, but it's very important because one thing that we've talked about throughout this whole series is the fact that all of our body systems are related, right? So we can't tease apart different things. So the fact that there are some things that we can do to help with that emotional thing, like Christine and I talked about sleep and how sleep affects your pain and the experience. And it kind of comes back to that foundation, right? We need our bodies to be in the absolute best condition possible for when these foreign invaders kind of start to come in, so that we can really heal what that problem is. So I love when there are things that can help with multiple facets of that healing process.
Absolutely. And oftentimes emotional stress, pain, anxiety is a physical response. So sometimes people get neck tension. Some people get that pit in their stomach or a stomach ache or bowel issues. And a lot of that is emotionally related. So oftentimes every emotion elicits a physical response. It just might be different for some people, but you know, we think about when we cry, tears, we're sad, we have physical tears. You know, a lot of times anxiety can be held in pain, you know, with stomach aches or head aches or something like that. So absolutely, there's very much related. And oftentimes what I love about these supplements, like you had said, there's multiple effects. So copaiba may help with inflammatory, but it also helps with calming or anxiety and things like that. And that's what happens when you use natural plant medicine. We call it side benefits. You know, there's a lot of different benefits. It affects different systems of our body where, I hate to say it, but a lot of our prescription medication has side effects. So if you're trying to take care of, you know, maybe acid reflux, you actually get a lot of other harmful benefits from, you know, harmful
effects. Right,
harmful
right.
effects from, you know, because they're synthetic and they're not. But with this plant medicine, you are getting so many benefits.
Right, right. And I know we have a few people watching, so I just want to say if anyone has any questions, definitely let us know. Oh, I see Sandy ordered her turmeric. Excellent. Good job, Sandy.
Awesome.
Yes.
And you had mentioned, like, you know, neck, head tension. Deep Blue is incredible. So this is the rub. It is like a natural Bengay. You get that tingle. But what I love about this, it really does get deep into that muscle layer and breaks up the tension. So it's very therapeutic. It's amazing. I love putting it on like my back or legs after a workout. Anywhere you're sore, this is for muscle aches and pains. It's great. Also good for just like joint pain and things like that. So this is fabulous. And then the Deep Blue line, it comes in an oil as well. So you could, you know, put it on if you have a painful like finger or area or wrist, but then it also comes in a capsule. So this is actually different than the Deep Blue oil. It's part of the line of Deep Blue, but I like to say this is your natural anti-inflammatory. So for someone with chronic pain, myalgias, things like that, this would be fabulous at least once or twice a day. Like for example, my dad, he has terrible knees. He always complains about knee pain. So finally I got him on these twice a day. And he's off his Celebrex and all of the other medications that, you know, the anti-inflammatories that can be harmful. Awesome. These can be taken, you know, daily, multiple times a day, everything like that. I think of this as like the natural, safe, you know, an NSAID, anti-inflammatory. So these are a huge benefit as well. And then what else we got? The other one I love is DDR Prime. So this is just for overall like cellular health, but this is great for inflammation as well. DDR Prime, DNA damage repair is what it is. I take once a day. It's just great for overall cellular health. So
that's great because and that's something that we haven't talked about a lot yet in the series, which I know we're probably going to get into more next month when we talk about gut health too. I mean, it's kind of one of those things that affects all of our systems, and that's our toxic load. And that's, you know, when you talk about your cells and your cellular health and everything, that's a lot of what we're talking about is really clearing out those, what's the word, free radicals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, all those things that we're affecting. And the thing is we don't always realize the compound effect of all of the things that we're exposed to every day. That's why it's going to take multiple avenues to get out of that diseased state and into thriving, right? Absolutely. You know, because I think a lot of this is, you know, we do talk about it's usually when somebody's at that point where they're already like suffering in pain. It's like, oh my God, anything to just feel good, like normal again, like baseline. But, you know, we want to get you here, but then we want to get like, woo, like we want to feel good, right?
And oftentimes pain comes towards the end of that spectrum. It's not like, oh, you know, having like it just happened and now you have pain. It's usually your body's trying so hard to fix it and it can't, or we're, you know, feeding it toxins or whatever, that inflammatory response is going crazy. Then you get the pain. So we've already had a lot of damage before that. So you're absolutely right. You know, like healing from the inside out, getting a good foundation with everything you're talking about, using these supplements, getting sleep, you know, reducing toxic load. It's all, this is just one piece of the puzzle. It is a huge, you know, a huge bubble that
Yes.
takes time. Nothing is just overnight. But
No.
we do. We
Yeah.
don't see our environment is just, there's so much stuff in our environment that, you know, causes our bodies to react, and we don't even realize it.
Yep. And some we can control, some we can't control, which is why it is
Mhm.
really important to do those things within our power.
Absolutely. There's just a couple others I wanted to talk about since we're talking about cellular health. Frankincense. So frankincense, this is an oil of frankincense, and then this is a roller of frankincense. Frankincense, we call them the king of oils. This is like liquid gold right here, but frankincense has huge benefits for anti-inflammatory. If you do like a PubMed, research frankincense, you will see so many health issues that frankincense has been studied and tested, and the amazing benefits it does. But I personally just do, and I don't know if you do this, Alyssa, too, but I just do 2 drops under my tongue every morning. I just open them just like that. And when you put it under your tongue, your whole body, it gets absorbed through your mucosa, and it gets through your whole body. So 2 drops for me, it just kind of gets me up ready for the day. I feel like I'm just like rejuvenating my cells, preventing, you know, any inflammation that may arise and things like that. So I've been doing this for a couple years, and I have noticed a huge difference. Frankincense, we call him like the king because he kind of the boss man. He tells the cells what to do. So even just for something simple as like wrinkles or, you know, fine lines, wrinkles on your face, putting a drop in your and I know this isn't about facial or anything, but you know, putting a drop in your cream, or you know, putting a roller on your face, things like that. It basically says, hey, collagen, do your job, plump up, and it helps with like skin issues as well. So if it's working on skin cells, imagine what it's doing throughout your whole body. So frankincense is a huge one that I personally recommend every day. And then the other one that I absolutely love and I have in every bag and in my car is past tense. This one is called the Tension blend. It's a blend of some different menthol, like minty oils with spearmint and wintergreen. It's great for tension headaches.
I have clients who absolutely swear by that stuff. Yeah, luckily I'm not one that gets a lot of like tension headaches or headaches in general. I did end up getting it because I had to know what it was about, and it feels very similar to Deep Blue.
Yeah, because it does. It has a few oils like that in there. It has like peppermint, wintergreen. It has frankincense and lavender in it as well. So you get again those benefits. It just to me it just smells like divine, and it really, like, I don't get a lot of headaches either, but I do get that tension kind of in the back of my neck.
Mm-hmm.
So I just roll it like right there, and it really is helpful. So
Yeah.
that's a great one too. So there's a lot. There's a
There
lot
is.
of things,
There is.
and you do, you know, little bits at a time. And again, like, not everything is for everyone, but what I highly recommend is the lifelong vitality for everyone. It's like the foundation, and then, you know, you kind of build on that as what you need.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie. So a couple questions. One,
Yes.
so the lifelong vitality, I know that the standard dosage is 2 in the morning, 2 at night. If somebody
Mm-hmm.
has like a lot of inflammation or chronic pain, or like they're really trying to again get out of that disease, maybe even fibromyalgia or something, is there a recommendation to increase that dosage as they're at that point, or is that like the dose for everybody?
That's actually the dose.
Okay.
2 in the morning, 2 at night. And I didn't mention, but they do have them in these little packages too, like these little satchels. So this is like one dose. That would be the recommended dose for everyone. Some people that may not have chronic issues feel like it's a lot of pills, so they may do half a dose. You'll get benefit, but you won't get, you know, as much benefit as the full dose. I always recommend the full dose, but you wouldn't need to go over that. If somebody like that with fibromyalgia and pain, I would say the lifelong vitality, and then I would add on
From there.
and Deep Blue. So I would say different supplements. I wouldn't say 3 doses.
Okay. And then even with those, is it still like the same dosage as what's recommended on the bottle, or are there any conditions where like maybe you would want to take more turmeric or deep blue or something like that?
Yeah, it really kind of depends. If you're having
Okay,
like, acute flare up, or, a lot of chronic pain can have more, you might have like a low level and then you might have a flare up and things like
sure.
that. So, yeah, deep blue, you can take up to 12 a day. So, I mean, you can, see what works best for you. If your, joints are really painful at that time, maybe you take a couple extra. Yeah, it really kind of depends. You kind of feel it out and see what
Okay.
works for you.
Mhm.
Copaiba, you could take a couple. I take one in the morning, one at night, things like that.
Okay.
So,
So it sounds like there's a little bit of variability depending on the experience and pain that somebody is having, as well
hmm
as maybe other what else they're taking, that sort of thing.
absolutely. And again, unlike medicine, you can take more, than the recommended dose. So if the recommended dose is 2 turmeric, you can take 4, 5, or 6, and you're not going to have any harmful effects.
Not going to kill your liver.
Our
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It
Yeah.
supports your liver. It helps your liver. Our bodies actually process all of this like food. So these are
Yeah.
plant natural medicine. So our body just processes it, takes what it needs it, and then it excretes whatever out. So, if you overdose on Tylenol, you would be very, very sick. If you took too many deep blue, there's really not even too many that you could take. You would just use what you need. So that's another
Right.
benefit to these.
Right, right. And there's one other one that we didn't talk about yet tonight, and we don't have to go too deep into it, but I know that it is something I've heard about before for pain and inflammation, and that's Terrazyme. I actually read
Yes,
specifically. Oh, do you have that one with you too?
I do.
Yeah.
I know we're going to talk about the gut health next month, but yes, Terrazyme is kind of like, again, one of those necessities. It is a digestive enzyme, so that's why we think of it more of like gut health and things like that. But it's amazing. Everyone should really be on it, and I'll actually send you a credible video about it and all the benefits it has. But what it does, it's a digestive enzyme, so it's great to take with food, which will help break down your food. But when you take it on an empty stomach, it actually kind of goes into our bodies and just breaks up any like muck and things that shouldn't be there. So when we think about like high cholesterol and with our blood vessels, like, plaque and things like that, it can actually go and break that up. So with that, as well with pain, it can help with inflammation. It can help with anything in your joints, things like that. So this is a huge one. You cannot take too many of this. I know people that the recommended dose actually for any skin issues like eczema or anything like that is actually 6 to 8 a day. So, I mean, this is a game changer for a lot of people. And while we're on the subject of that, I also recommend PB Assist, which is a probiotic.
Mhm.
And, I know, again, we'll talk about it later, but our gut, holds our immune system and
Oh God,
everything. Our
yeah.
gut is so
Mhm.
important. So
Mhm.
this is a probiotic. It's actually double encapsulated. So oftentimes we take a probiotic, it goes into our stomach and gets broken down by the stomach acids, and then that's it. So with this, it actually is carried deep into our gut, and it's broken down where it actually needs to be. So a healthy gut is going to have a whole healthy body.
Mm.
Um, so these two again are in doTERRA world. It's lifelong vitality, Terrazyme, PB Assist, like every day, and then the building blocks on top of there. But these two are definitely huge for just cellular health and again pain.
Yeah. 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 I noticed a huge difference on those on the double encapsulated probiotic. I love them. And
Mm-hmm.
Marilyn's
Yes.
watching. She chimed in that the Terrazyme is big for bone spurs too. That's good to know.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So anything like extra in our body, it'll break down the calcium and things like that. Absolutely.
And also, I imagine hormones as well, right? Like if there's too much circulating hormones in your system.
Yeah, yep. And we have another line, phytoestrogen, bone nutrient, things
Yeah.
like that for hormones as well. But Terrazyme, everything,
Yeah.
absolutely. It will help hormone levels. It will help like skin, eczema, pain. I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I think that's really important noting too, because again, just like how these help with different systems of our body, different problems with one system of the body is also going to affect others as well. So, you know, not everybody is going to assimilate their chronic pain to their gut health. Right.
Absolutely.
But once you start treating it, you know, you do start noticing different things. So that's awesome.
Absolutely. Everything is related. And, you know, oftentimes, again, like you know, with modern medicine, we symptomatically treat. So, you know, if you have depression, then you have a medicine for that. And then if you have, you know, maybe you have like bellyache, well, you have a medicine for that. And then you have arthritis, well, you have a medicine for that. Where, you know, it's just one symptom, one system, and things like that. Where again, like natural medicine covers it all. You have those side benefits, and so one pill, one supplement can take care of so many different issues because you're right, it's all related. Our body is one system.
Yes, yes, awesome.
So
Marie, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me about this.
absolutely.
And again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments. And if you're not watching this live and later, just still pop the questions in, and we'll see them, and we'll get to them.
Yeah.
And I'll even throw a form in the comments too. If anybody like wants a sample or wants to try any of it or whatever, we can totally send something out. So I will put that in there. And
If
until next
anyone
time,
has like certain
yeah,
health concerns, you know, happy
yes,
to answer any like medical questions or health concerns. We can, you know, point them in the right direction of which oils or supplements.
yeah. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you so much.
Thank
And everybody
you.
watching, whether now or later, please like, comment, share, help us, you know, keep spreading the word with all of these holistic remedies that are accessible to everybody and anybody. So we just want you to have the best shot that you have to feeling just so good. That's what's so important to all of us. It's why we all do what we do.
Yep.
Yay. All right, thanks
All
again,
right.
Jamie.
Good
Have a great
night.
night.
Bye.